Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, then welcome. Okay, so today's pick a card is we're going to see who is coming next in love, who really wants to date you. Okay, so I feel like you guys, all of you watching, have a lot of different people that would want a chance with you, but I wanted to just focus on the most dominant energy, or we would all be here all day if I went through everyone. So, yeah, choose the pile that really calls out to you. And let's get started. Okay, so what's coming next in love? Who really wants to date you? Okay, so group number one, you guys have a few different people that came through. So we're going to start with the dominant energy first. And this person is currently coming from a place of I'm doing me right now, which I find an interesting way to start this off. Like, this is the dominant person that wants to be with you, but right now they are putting themselves first, I'm seeing, and doing what's right for them to get right with themselves before coming back around is what I'm seeing. And along with that, they also say that they don't want to fight. So this is definitely somebody that you guys were involved with, okay, to some capacity. It could be an ex, but it doesn't have to be. But it does seem like, given that message, that this person is definitely, feeling like they want to come back around smartly with you. So they don't want you two to get into it. So along with that, they also say that they have fears that they need to deal with right now. So, and so not only is this person, putting themselves first, but they're like really taking a break is what I'm seeing. So, if you feel like, yeah, right, this person, like their actions aren't matching, that they are interested, that's because they're, like I said, taking a break, doing what they need to do to get right with themselves and deal with what's coming up for them is what I'm seeing here. And along with all that, they also say they feel betrayed and hurt. And I feel like you guys do too. So you're both kind of mirroring that energy back and forth with each other. And along with all that, there's a lot of air cards here. So this person's definitely up in their head. So they've got a lot of stuff coming up for them that they're dealing with. So that's why they're like distancing themselves currently. And like I said, they want to come back around in a much more peaceful, balanced place and feeling centered and confident before approaching you. But this is the person though who really does want to be your next though. Okay, and they are coming across like the Queen of Fire, so even, if this is a guy, just flip that. But yeah, a very outgoing and lively person who can be real animated and like the life of the party I'm seeing, when they're feeling themselves, but I feel like currently this person really isn't. So yeah, that's like why they're laying low right now. Okay, so on top of that, I feel like you guys also have this person who's like who is hitting you guys up, but I feel like you guys kind of view this person like a friend is what's coming through. Like they think they would be a really good match for you and you guys would be like their happily ever after, but I'm really getting with this person that you guys, I feel like you kind of have friend zone them. Like they'll be that person that's constantly in your DMs and like you either won't write back or you won't write back right away, and like they'll just like consistently be there. And on one hand, I do feel like this person would be like a good candidate for you, but yeah, I see what's going on here. You guys are so much more intrigued with this other person from the past that it's kind of like you don't have it in you to give this other person a chance, even if they would be a good person. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. You guys might decide though one day, like, you're done with whoever this is from the past, and maybe you will give this other person a shot. I feel like they'll be there though, okay? I'm getting like this real, like, kind of like puppy love, like, and loyalty, even though they don't know you that well. And it's interesting because they're crushing on you big time. So, yeah. Yeah, and even Venus flew out with this person. So they really have good intentions, I'm seeing. If anything, they might kind of come across as, being kind of a nice guy or girl. And I'm really seeing you guys friend zoning this person in your mind. But like I said, if you were to give them a chance, but I see though, your heart is still most likely with this other person. Some of you might be over them. And those of you that are over them, like if you don't know who this new person is, I feel like you will, okay? Like they're in the works basically. And others of you, you know who this is. Okay, and then we have try to see things from my perspective. I actually feel like that's like both of these people. Okay, the person from the past as well as this new person. And you're going to hear from me. That is also like a simultaneous message from the person from the past as well as the new person. Okay. Also, okay, so all right. Everybody is kind of, putting themselves first right now and really doing what it takes to get right with themselves is what I'm seeing. Like that's kind of like the current energy is the first house. I'm also seeing that it's possible that this other person could be a Pisces as well, like the heart as well as the Pisces card came out. So they could be a water sign. So it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They don't have to be though, okay? It's just like, it's also representing like how they are. Okay, they're definitely a hopeless romantic. They're in search of, their person basically, and they feel like you're that person. But again, like they're coming at you at a time though where you're still kind of hung up. Not, I don't want to say hung up, but yeah, kind of hung up on this other person though who's currently, having to go through their own stuff. Okay. Then we have this third person. This is interesting to me. Like, I feel like this energy kind of came out in left field, but this person's coming across like the King of Pentacles. So even if that's a girl you're wondering about, just flip it. Okay, so I feel like this person currently is like, they're either doing well as far as like making money goes, or they will be, like they're in the process of it, but their mind and attention is definitely on their finances right now. And I feel like this person is kind of the opposite of you. But, they're like really physically attracted to you. I feel like you are to them as well. And I feel like, you love talking to this person. This is interesting. But the thing about them is they say that they are concerned about maintaining a certain image right now. And it's honestly, I feel like they're just really diving into the material world, and like status and where they're at. And I'm honestly wondering if, they might just be like kind of wanting somebody as a trophy girl or guy. What, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like for them right now, things are more for show than it is like anything substantial is what I'm seeing with that person. So, I feel like you guys are looking for something more. So yeah, and that's like currently the energy this person's giving off. So even if they act like they want you for more, I feel like it's just not going to match you is what I'm seeing. But they do say that they're going to make a move towards you. So you've been warned. Okay, so, but I mean, by all means, you guys do what you're gonna do. Okay, so going back to the main dominant energy though, which this person could be like an air sign or a fire sign. Like they're definitely got this air fire vibes to them. And so not only are they going through their own stuff, but I also drew Pluto in regards to them. So it's honestly like a transformation. Like this is no little thing that they're going through. So you definitely want to hold that space for them, and give them that time that they need to really go through this. And if anything, I say like be a friend to this person. I mean, like, like just keep it more like supportive at this point. and not so much like, hey, what are we doing? You know, like that kind of thing. Just give them space, and then I feel like they'll come into their own awareness of when they want to talk and communicate with you about what's going on. Because, you know, the destiny card did come through. So I do see though that this, you and this person, it is like destiny. And if nothing else, like if you two aren't meant to be together, it was like you both were supposed to go through what you went through, if that makes sense, for both of your transformation. So it's like all on purpose either way. And yeah, and I just honestly, and then with the ascendant, I feel like, you know, it's kind of like it went from a more egotistical start to, and then I'm seeing like this bridge over to a more spiritual elevated connection is what I'm seeing at the end of this. But currently this person is definitely kind of going back and forth. It's like they're in between worlds right now, and it's like, you know, it's just like everything that's happened has sparked this like transformation for this person. So that's, yeah, I just see that you guys, you know, I do feel like I know it's tough because it's like on one hand you wonder like what are you guys already, but at the same time it's like, you know, it's kind of like everybody's on this journey and they have to just go through it, you know. But I do see the potential for you too, you know. I feel like some of you are going to be over this connection, and others of you, you're going to feel like this is good news. But yeah, group number 1, so this is who I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number 2. Okay, so who really wants to date you? Okay, group number 2. So I got 2 different main people that came through for you guys. So we'll start with the first one that came up for you. So this came across as being like the Jack of Clubs. I'm not actually getting that this is like a Knight of Wands energy, but it's definitely could be a fire sign. And because it showed up as a Jack, I'm getting that this person might be either younger than you or like less mature than you in some ways. I don't feel like in all ways, like, yeah. Okay, so this person's coming across as saying, I love the connection I have with you. Okay, so it starts off sweet. And they also say, I feel like I have to compete for you. So this person definitely sees that you guys have come across like you get hit up a lot, you get a lot of attention. It could be like under, you know, pics or whatever it is that you post, you know, that's definitely coming through. So this person's definitely got their eye on you and they're very observant in that way. But then they also say, I want you. Okay. So we got an ace and the 2 of hearts here. So it's a very new crush-like feeling is what I'm getting. But this person, you know, they're kind of like catching feelings. But what's funny is I feel like this is a mirror. I feel like this person actually gets a lot of attention somewhat too. You know what I mean? But because they have their eye on you, it's kind of like they're just noticing. Almost like they don't see that they do, but they see that you get all this attention and hit up. That's interesting. Okay, so they also say, will you choose me? Oh my goodness, this is wild because I totally feel like you guys are wondering this about this person as well, but because neither one of you know that until, you know, now, it's like, yeah, you're both just mirroring this energy. Okay, and then we have the 3 of Diamonds, which I find interesting. So that honestly tells me that this person is, okay, a few different things that is coming through. So this person might actually either already be with somebody and you catch their eye, or you guys are coming across like you're with somebody and you catch their eye. So take what resonates. If this person is with somebody, I feel like you would already know that. But if not, I'm actually getting, if you're both single, then this person is hoping they don't miss their chance with you, is what's coming through to me with that 3 of Diamonds. Okay. All right, so the other thing that's coming through is I actually feel like with this card here that you guys bring out this interesting kind of competitive nature to each other, okay? Yeah, like I feel like Okay, so there's a very interesting chemistry between you and this person. It's very fiery, very like passionate and lively, even if you guys have never even been involved with each other. Like, I'm picking up that that's how it will be. But for those of you who have talked to this person, or, have been involved to any capacity with this person, yeah, you guys have this very interesting, like, 1 minute, I feel like you guys are very flirty and feisty, and it's like, ooh, yeah, like there's that spark between you guys. And then the next minute, I feel like at the drop of a hat, you guys can all of a sudden get kind of competitive. That's interesting. Yeah, so like maybe one person will be like, oh yeah, you thought your day was rough? Well, you know what I had to go through? Like that kind of energy. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, and I feel like it's just your guys' energetic dynamic. Like that's just how you two are with each other. Or will be. Yeah. Okay, so Cancer also came through, so it's possible for some of you this will be a Cancer, but if not, then, like I said, definite fires coming through as well, but really any sign is coming through as a possibility, but yeah, so the Cancer also represents, though, I feel like you and this person also kind of have this intuitive connection. Okay, so whether or not you two speak to each other, you might like hear a song, and it means like, you both are thinking about each other or be connected through dreams. So you definitely have like something else going on that I don't feel like either one of you have with others. So that's very interesting, especially because this is a new connection, So yeah. Interesting group too. All right. The other energy that's coming through is also coming through like a fire sign. And this person now is definitely somebody from your past. Okay, so you were definitely involved with this person because they say they feel heartbroken that you two are not together. As well as they say, I want to take a leap of faith with you. I'm stuck in my own confusion. So yeah, if you haven't heard from this person or you think, what, their actions don't match up, that's why, okay? This person's currently like stuck in their own confusion as far as like, should they approach you? Should they just let this go? And like caught up in their hurt. And that's why they're not, is what I'm seeing with that. Also, they say they have trust issues. And then they say they want a chance with you. So if you guys notice, there's like a pattern going on here, okay? So on one hand, this person is hurt about what happened between you two. And then on the other hand, they say they want to take a leap of faith with this ace here. Then the next minute they say, but I'm stuck in my confusion. And then they have trust issues. So very cautious and energy. And then they say they want to take they want a chance with you. So it's a very back and forth energy with this person from the past is what I'm seeing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys like heard from this person once in a blue moon and then nothing. Okay. Because that's like their actions are going to be erratic because they go back and forth in their own mind. I feel like it's almost like this person, they start to see the light and the possibility that you two could become something again, and then they all of a sudden get caught up in their head, maybe overthinking with the air here, and then it's like they hurt themselves all over again, and then they think, why bother? Like that kind of thing. Like I should just let this whole thing go. So yeah, that's where that inconsistency like is coming from. Also, Libra came out, so it's possible for some of you that this could be a Libra, but fire is also coming through, so definite, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius vibes. So it could be any of it. A lot of air, fire vibes for both groups, honestly. And yeah, and I'm just getting like, so this is interesting group too. So on one hand, your guys' heart may still be with this ex, and you'll like feel like, oh, this is good news. I'm still on their mind, even if they're not taking that action. But on the other hand, I found this new energy to be kind of interesting. So, some of you may know who this is, and for some of you, this person is still coming. So yeah. Okay, group number 2. So these are the 2 dominant energies that came through for you guys. So if this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so who really wants to date you guys? Okay, group number 3. So I had 2 dominant energies come through for you guys. So we'll start with the first one that came through. So this is interesting. So the first thing that they came across as being like is like, I'm done. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's an interesting way to start out. But let's see some more. And then the next thing that came through is I'm healing and I still have hope for us. Okay, so that sounds like somebody that you might have been involved with to some capacity, or even if it was just talking, okay? And there was a cut-offness is what I'm getting. So that could be what that is about. And this person is coming across like the Queen of Diamonds. So even if this is a guy you're wondering about, just flip that. And, okay, so it could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or Virgo, or they could just act like an Earth sign. They also say to be patient with them. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. They also are coming across saying, I regret messing things up with you. Now, what's also interesting about that is I feel like there's a little bit of mirroring going on here. So for some of you, you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? It was you, you know? And then for others of you, I feel like you feel like, oh, that's me. Like I did something that like messed things up. Or it could even be as nothing in particular, just like some kind of communication that wasn't, you know, like there might have been something that, you know, wasn't communicated. And then I feel like there was a misperception between the two of you about something, and that could have even been what it was. Okay, like I'm not getting that it was even anything necessarily done that messed things up, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It feels light in that area, so yeah. Take what resonates with that. But either way, there's an acknowledgement, you know, because I mean, like, yeah, I just feel like there was just something between both of you. It wasn't just on one person, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, they also say they feel shut out from your life. So I'm definitely getting no communication. Or if you two are, it's like here or there. And they say that they're waiting to hear from you. Okay, like I was saying with that mirroring back, you know, like, yeah, I feel like you're both kind of like got that energy going. Like, if, you know, the other person's interested, then I'll hear from them, is what I'm seeing with that. Okay, so that's the first person coming through. Let's take a look at the next person. Okay, so the next person is coming across like the King of Waters, so even if it's a girl you're wondering about, just flip that. So it's possible they could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or, you know, just have that in their chart. This person says they're not talking because they don't want to be rejected. Okay. And they also say that they're going through a rough time right now. They also say that they feel like they give way more than they get, and that they have a lot going on, and that they are trying to balance it. Okay, so the other distinctive factor between these two people that are coming through is that the second person, ironically, is also, you know, being represented by the second house here. So I actually feel like this person is more into like the material world right now, whereas the other person is more on the spiritual side, or for some of you it will be that, and for others of you it'll just be less of the material world, you know. No, we'll stick to the more spiritual side because like the 11th house came out for this person. So I definitely feel like, you know, they're very all about expanding the mind and expanding, like, you know, like bouncing off ideas and like, you know, just a deep person basically. And I also feel like they think they're all about like serving people, you know, and like I feel like they think you and them could collaborate eventually and do something amazing together in that way that would like serve humanity, which is pretty cool to see. Also, we have Gemini that came through, so it's possible that a Gemini is also interested, or that honestly represents like, well, yeah, you know what? We'll go with that. We'll say that like the possible signs that are coming through would be like earth, water, as well as air for who these people could be. But yeah. But also, I feel like Gemini in particular kind of represents you guys no matter what sign you're coming across. I feel like you guys really do like mental stimulation, and you like things that get you thinking, and you also like communicating. So given that that's what you guys like, I feel like that is what you want in somebody. And so it's kind of like you're kind of seeing like who fits that, you know, like who do you have that with? Who do you have that amazing dynamic of being able to go back and forth like that with somebody, you know, and really. Okay, so this is also interesting that this is coming through. Okay, so I feel like you guys have both the second and the 11th house going on. So on one hand, you guys are into the material, you know, you are into like making that coin and like doing what you can to really thrive is what I'm seeing, okay? But on the other hand, you guys are also stepping into the 11th house of like expanding your mind, expanding your consciousness, you know, elevating and becoming more, you know, coming from awareness, not so much always the logical mind. So it's like you're stepping into all these different worlds, you know, and it's kind of like you're seeing though like who fits you. And I feel like each person kind of reflects like the different state of mind or what you're into, you know. So for some of you this could be an ex energy, or it is somebody new who's also into the material. But like I said, for some of you this is the ex, and this is like how you were operating. And for some of you this is a new person who's like reflecting the new you, okay? Either way, I find this all interesting that this is tying together this way. But yeah, group number 3, this is who I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right. Bye, guys.